this is really the fastest way. I think it is just new bridge.
Continue straight.
Today. These are all brand new roads. Love it. So this is the first time I've really seen them all done. I like this way. You know why I've never seen that? Because this is a new road. It's like a big shit. Been playing hard out. See, it was like a little bit of history of this place. Welcome to one of the most elevated cities here in the land of Israel. This is where the tribe of Naphtali had its capital. One of the sons of Noah established this city called Safed, or Tzfat. When the new moon was declared in the sky, they would light a fire and it could be seen all over the Galilee area. Up here, Yeshua called it the city on a hill that can't be hid. Even from just those very oil lamps, you can see it all throughout the Galilee. All these places in Tzfat are filled with rich history. I mean, Abel el-Omar, in the late Muslim period, ruler of the Galilee, built this. And then, of course, later, when the Turkish came over, this became a Turkish kind of guest house thingy. But then, a day after the British left, wars happened, and fighting between Jewish neighbors and Arab neighbors was in all these windows. Well, let's start at the beginning. As I mentioned, after the great flood that covered the whole earth, one of Noah's sons established this place. After Joshua and the 12 tribes came in, the Jordan River parted, they started settling. This was the capital of Naphtali. Later on, the Muslims came in here, and we looked at some of the Muslim structures. And later on, the Crusaders fought with them on these very hills. And eventually, the Crusaders were defeated, and the Muslims set up their thing. And the only people that were left here were some of the Templar Knights. But after this, the great fulfillment of hundreds of prophecies happened, and the Jews began to come home. But guess what was waiting for them? As you see, mortars, bullets, all waged extreme war here. And the crazy thing was that there were neighbors against neighbors. Jewish people were living here for hundreds and hundreds of years. Arabs were living here for hundreds and hundreds of years. And there ended up being these clashes after the Arabs declared war on the Holocaust survivors who came here and settled this land yet again, our homeland. The thing is the Palmach were the major ones who fought here in 1948 war after the UN gave a clear international law that this will become Israel. And now we've built up shops. We have artist colonies here. We have wine tasting here. We have a beautiful, flourishing community. Hi, Mailspin with the Aliyah Return Center here in the city of Tzfat with Rabbi Liad, enjoying talking about Shabbat, but also Shabbatitude and what the Shabbat looks like in the time frame of the global culmination of history that we're in as we lead up to the Messianic era.
True Sabbath. That's
the
what we're all
true
looking
Sabbath.
forward to.
We're going to be talking about today the restoration of our hearts, the restoration of our bodies, and just Shabbatitude.
Getting into that conscious state.
Yes.
In Tzfat on a beautiful Friday, right? So it's like you feel it in the air here, but especially when the whole city shuts down as it's about to. We go into Shabbos, and Shabbos, Shabbat, same letters, Tashev, which means to return. And so it's like this period in time where you literally ascend from space and time.
Oh, I love how when manna would fall back in our history, God would give us 2 portions.
That's correct.
So we don't have to worry. Like today, we'd have 2 portions. The worms wouldn't eat it. We'd have enough for tomorrow.
And that's exactly why we use 2 loaves of bread.
So about purifying ourselves for the Shabbat. I know I've been to a mikveh here. I once danced here with many rabbis all night. Not all night, but till very wee hours of the morning. It was so much fun. But first we went to a mikveh before the Shabbat.
So that's what I'm going to be doing soon.
We'll be doing today as well the blessings over the kids. I have my firstborn son, I'll be blessing him, and then my daughter, I'll be blessing her, and wife. We like to read Proverbs 31 as well. Not everyone does that, but it's good. It's wonderful to be here in Tzfat.
You need to be an adequate vessel to receive. Why is it that the Torah starts with a bet? A Beit, it should be Aleph. Aleph is one. Beit is two. But Beit in Hebrew means bait, house. God desired, he's telling you in the very first letter, I desire dwelling a house. And then I will dwell within it, but a house with inside of you.
That's right.
And so if you take the last letter of the Torah and you connect it with the first letter, you get Lev, heart. And that's where God desires to be Lord, that we shall go ahead and encompass its entire instruction, which means Torah. Where? In your heart. And if you do, you will be a bait, a house.
It must not be only here, it must be in here, or else the word can't be only in action. I've noticed there's some things that people say, to just fulfill the basic things, and understand the purpose of fulfilling our basic commandments. But what we need to do is also do it from within. It needs to flow out like living water.
Absolutely.
Would you think that possibly this could symbolize leaving behind even the old, whether it's touching a dead animal, or even obviously it isn't, you said until the temple, it isn't fully, but could it still be a leaving behind of my old ways and stepping into new ways?
In fact, there's certain things that you have to do in order to convert to Judaism, and this is one of them. You have to come with rabbis over here, and they need to make sure, and it's probably where the idea of baptism came from, which we're doing right now.
That's right.
Ushering the Messianic era, the Shabbos.
Business things with him.
Something in Tel Aviv, true designs.
Okay.
Separate from the way that we live life, even the way you look at these slender streets.
Yeah.
The story goes that, a long time ago there was an older woman that would sit every single day on his way to the nation.
It's about
This is the artist colony, the artist portion of Tzfat. Like over here, even the different shape. A lot of very out there thinkers. And
they're open like all day, or when?
So as we're seeing right now, it's actually winding down. It's very quiet. Usually there would be a lot more business, a lot more doors open. But as we approach Shabbat, it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Shabbat comes in around 6 p.m. People are cooking. People are getting ready. They want their Shabbos best clothing ready.
Yes.
The kids are ready, bathed and showered, and you name it. Because when Shabbos comes in, this whole city shuts down.
Oh wow!
Whole city.
Pomegranate, that's our symbol. Let's get some wisdom.
Sheba Chaya is famous here in Tzfat for her glassware. This is a very unique thing that she does, a wedding glass design. That she'll go ahead and she'll create a wedding glass that, as you know, under the chuppah when you get married, you go ahead and you step in the glass. And what she does is she'll take those broken glasses and put them back together, either in the form of a mezuzah, that for the rest of your life, when people come into your home, they've been kissing from the glass that you actually drank from in your wedding. And so, the whole idea of establishing the home, it has to do with marriage, has to do with Shabbat, when man and woman would unite, according to Hasidic teachings. And so, beautiful way of even recycling. She does a lot of work with pomegranates.
Love it. One of the reasons why we chose the pomegranate, beautiful, for the Aliyah Return Center, as he said, 613 seeds on average. Someone actually took 1,000 pomegranates apart and found on average 613 seeds in them. And there are 613 commandments in the Bible. And we like to help the world to understand Israel better. And so that's one of the Galilean fruits.
Let me just add a little something that the pomegranates and 613 commandments are so much more than that, because the entire Torah is the DNA for creation. It's your body. Why did you have? Oh, there's the pomegranate right here.
Yeah, this is good. You see these? Come close though, so you can see.
Pomegranates as you enter, and then
oh my!
Yeah, beautiful. Just one of the natural, beautiful things that the land of Israel provides.
Yes, one of the 7 species.
That's correct.
It's called the one civilization that God
brings morality to the world.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. You're in the alley. Yes, so this is Yehoved's alley, which became known as the Messiah's alley because this old lady who outlived her whole family was sitting here at the entrance of this little narrow alley just waiting for the Messiah. She believed the Messiah would come through this great city of Tzfat, this ancient city, on his way to bring redemption.
That is correct.
And she waited here for him.
Not only that, they put in the railways for her specifically, and they named this whole alleyway after her. Simtat HaMashiach.
The Messiah's alleyway.
Messiah's alleyway. A tiny alleyway. Humility. Humility is key.
One day this little alley will encompass the whole of the earth.
Amen. Bezrat Hashem.